Struggling Artist podcast listeners. Welcome to episode 4. Uno, due, tre, quattro, 4. We are at episode 4. I am not doing these incredibly consistently, but I am attempting to do them when I have time. So that works out okay, since it's a small, awesome group of people who are listening. So, what do I have to tell you? I don't know. This is going to be a podcast, a blogcast, a thing. This is a blogcast. This is ridiculous. Anyway, I'm going to read to you episode 4, which is a blog called When You're Winning. I published it on the blog probably, Thursday, Friday last week, several days ago. And I'm finally getting around to reading it to you. So, without too much wiffle waffle, too much yammy yammy, too much blah de blah, here we are with When You're Winning. I got some good news, and I posted about it on Facebook. It generated hundreds of likes and bunches of comments. People love good news. I love good news too. It feels like when I like someone's good news on Facebook that I'm saying, I like you and I want good things to happen to you, so yay! It is a very clear interaction in a world of mystery. Someone has some success and I get to cheer for them. When I got cheers like that, it felt great. But getting that flurry of support also felt a little strange. I'd won an award. It was categorically good news, but I was struck by how little I had to do with it. I apply for things constantly, and the answer is 99 times out of 100, no. The actual thing I did in this case was to continue to apply in the face of so much rejection. This is the 100th time I applied for something, and finally someone said yes. And in a way, it felt like the crowds were merely getting onto the yes bandwagon. Someone else did something by accepting me, and the approval from so many people was for this thing that I had almost nothing to do with. It felt strange, like the likes weren't for me, but for the people who gave me the award. Facebook plays a large part in this, of course. The algorithm is such that posts like my award move to the top of the posting pile. The good news I included in the post probably triggered a few algorithmic points, but the many congratulations posts boosted it even more. It's a trend that becomes a trend because it's trending, and so hundreds of new likes happen. And people who haven't seen me in their feed for months or years are suddenly getting this one post. So to them, it probably seems like I'm winning all the time. Meanwhile, things I actually make, like shows or blogs or songs, barely get a look. It made me wonder how we can better support one another even when we're not winning, when the approval machine is not working in our favor. I wonder how we can support and encourage one another when we actually make things, when we make a show or write a blog, story, song, play, etc. I think in the past, I've thought of liking these sorts of posts as a kind of review. Like, I liked this show you made, I endorse it, or the blog you wrote was relevant to me. Like a mini review via clicking. Conversely, I'd abstain from liking a show I hadn't seen, a blog I hadn't read, a song I hadn't listened to. I'd also abstain from clicking things I wasn't really a fan of, despite being a fan of the person. I think now, after my experience of winning for a moment, I'm going to be a lot more liberal with the like button. I want to support my fellow artists, makers, humans for the things they actually make and do, and not just other people's approval of those things. But while I was feeling weird about my sudden Facebook success, I had a strong sense of gratitude for the people supporting me on Patreon, because the folks on Patreon have my back on everything I write. They're there for the posts that hit, the ones that strike the Facebook algorithmic fancy, and the ones that don't. That is, they're supportive of my making things, not just the things other people approve of. We're pack animals, in a way. We pile on to the things the pack has given approval to and let the unliked go it alone sometimes. I'm experimenting with how to bring our pack instincts to the act of making things, and not just receiving the approval and acceptance from outside ourselves. Patreon feels like a good start on that, but I wonder if there are more ways we can applaud one another for what we do, not just who approves of us. Ideas? Okay, everyone, my fabulous pack. That is all for episode 4. And I actually may go ahead and record episode 5 fairly soon. We'll see if that actually happens, but it is on the docket. So I wish you all a wonderful day or night or whatever time it is, wherever you are. And thank you for listening.